Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating it's Tuesday, February 16th, 2016. Ra here in the Lynn-Life, Jack in the Jamie Body Mind, other teammates in other dimensions, most of us in the subatomic and most of us in the physical. And today is deadline day by evening Earth turn. But by the end of the day today, we are to have opened up the base of the Search for Truth pillar to truth, which can propel all of us forward on our soul plans. And we are to have brought project known as Thing 1 into alignment with his soul plan, doing what he's supposed to do, when he's supposed to do it, and absolutely nothing else. And it doesn't look like we're anywhere near either of those two objectives. As always, our intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions, to manifest the divine plan. And with that, the videoed portions of today's efforts begin. What do I know? I know that Phil has been really struggling all day long. And I've smelled this smell before on other team members, and it seems to be they don't think they can do the assignment, and so they're trying to get kicked off the team before the deadline comes so that they won't have their record involved in the failure. That's or something true. Like that. And Phil, you're putting pressure on yourself that doesn't really exist other than in your own mind. Of course, this assignment is for us to do, but we can assume that we aren't going to get there and still do our best. And our best doesn't mean pulling a Betty Jean, which has come to mean trying to get expelled from school.
That's true.
Here's what might be going on for you, Phil, is yesterday, in the refresh yesterday afternoon, Kosa said, well, first you said about Kosa, it's really great to work with someone who isn't delusional.
That's true.
And Kosa said about you, it's really great to work with someone who's dependable. What do I know? One thing we have learned in the almost 8 years of attempting to teach this healing art to others is that a really strange thing happens the moment after we say something nice about someone. They stop doing it.
That's true.
Whatever it is, whatever we just complimented them on, they stop doing it right then. It's the strangest thing. And it seems as though when Kosa yesterday said to you, basically, that you were dependable, that you checked off that box as complete, as if you've already been dependable enough and now you don't have to continue to be dependable.
Oh, that's true.
It's a strange choice that people make about compliments. Phil, to you it makes the difference whether or not you start being dependable again, but there is something that a teammate said a really long time ago. She was trying to help another teammate who was really struggling and who was acting kind of like you're acting. And she said, pull your hand out of that bucket of water and look at the hole your hand left behind. And that's the hole that you will leave behind when you're no longer here.
That's true.
When people stop being dependable, then they've already become useless to the effort and actually hazardous to the effort.
That's true.
So you've already stopped being helpful. We won't miss you. If you leave, you'll miss the benefit. You haven't been here long enough. He just said, well, you say you miss Pan. That's right. And we worked with Pan for years.
That's
We've worked
true.
with Pan for years, and we miss him
very
a
much.
lot. And I don't know whether or not there'll be moments where we miss you, Phil, because we haven't worked with you long enough.
It's true. It's a different relationship.
It's completely different. You might be one of the thousands of faces who have come and gone and whose names we can't even remember after a while.
That's true.
It depends, actually, on you. If you stick around longer and contribute, then you'll be somebody that we would miss.
That's true.
Like we miss Pan.
Depends on what you choose to do.
Right. Right now, you would just be one of those other people we would say, you remember that guy who was here during the certain stage of the project?
Who was that guy?
Yeah, who was that guy? He used to do something like this.
Yeah.
That's how we'll talk about you, not because we don't like you, but because so many people come and go, come and go, come and go,
That's
come and
true.
go. And you'll be one of those people if this is the point at which you exit the process. Okay.
Okay. Now we turn our focus
to the work.
to the work.
All right, what's needed here is to make the top of the pillar here in thing 1, the top of the Search for Truth pillar, more obvious. Paint the top end red, make big bullseye signals
true.
around it.
Make it glow
really
in the dark.
obvious, because there are presences who are trying to get here. They can feel they're supposed to come through here.
That's true.
And they're tromping through our bedroom, so to speak. Instead, they're walking through the back hallways of the Search for Truth control room, where
That's
they are
true.
not supposed to be, because they can't see the entry. And so we can, by stretching 10 times longer every day, as is the assignment, we can quickly get our pillar up above the interference,
That's true.
basically, that's between physical dimension and spirit worlds, so that they can even see, the spirit presences can see the entry.
That's true.
And put the big arrows this way.
This way.
This is what
this
you're
way.
looking for. We can do everything that we can do to make it obvious that that is where they are supposed to be.
That's true.
Including, we have arrows that run from our entry point to the thing 1 entry point. This
That's
way,
true.
this way, this way. Here
this
is what you're
way.
looking for. The project you're looking is right down here. Go this way.
This way.
And actually stretch 10 times longer every day. That's the assignment.
That's true.
And Kosa doesn't seem confused about what to do about Phil. She's just focusing on the work.
That's
and
true.
Phil will either pull his act together or he won't. If he's not going to get his act together, then he's going to need to be ejected.
Yeah, that's true.
So he doesn't get forever.
It's true. Because it feels like now he's been given something to chew on, and he'll go chew on it, and what he does, he'll do.
Well, no one is ever neutral. If he isn't helping, he's hurting, and he
That's
has to
true.
leave. No one is ever neutral.
That's true.
He's not helping.
No, he's not helping.
He can't stay here. He can go elsewhere
That's
and chew
true.
on it.
That's
Phil,
true.
actually what we would invite you to do is come back to the Search for Truth pillar and refresh yourself. You seem to have lost your grip on reality.
Oh,
So why don't you come into the approach tunnel and start again?
That feels much better.
Yes. I'm observing the front door and the entry into Tiny Town.
Yes.
It looks like the entry level always looks, just a complete scene of chaos.
That's true.
And Pict is doing a very good job. And I see Ulysses and Paul there running the cables.
Yeah, it's true. The cables are off center. They're over in one corner of the room.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't think that's how they're supposed
The cables
to be.
are supposed to be
in the very
middle.
middle of the room.
Pick says he tried putting them there, and that was even worse.
Oh.
That then they started, I can't quite make it out.
But something bad.
Something that was
That's
disruptive, and that let's just let them sit over there in the corner and run cables, and if they can get their act together, then they can come back to the middle, and if not, then they can't.
Got it. That feels okay.
All right.
Yeah, that feels okay. Because I can feel the vibration of what happened when they moved into
Yeah.
the middle, and it was a disaster.
It was
a really
bad.
bad idea.
Okay. Well, they're supposed to be there. That's the job, but they are
Right.
not stepping into the job. However, they're willing to run cables over there
Over
off to
there.
the side.
That's true.
All right.
This is an interesting predicament.
Why?
of the job is to run cables in the center,
Well,
and they're not willing to do the job, and so they're running cables to the side.
Well, this is how it is.
Yeah,
People aren't
that's
willing to
true.
do what they're supposed to do. If they're willing to do something that's helpful, we give them something to do that's helpful, more for their benefit than for the project, because this isn't really helping the project. What helps the
that's
project
true.
is the job that needs to be done. So at least they're not hurting the project, and they're helping
a little
tiny little bit.
That's true. Got it. That's what's going on.
Right,
Okay, that makes sense.
right.
So what is the assignment that's supposed to be done by the deadline tonight? Someone's asking.
Well, you're skipping steps. The assignment that's supposed to be done by the deadline tonight is in the Search for Truth pillar to open down to truth which can propel all of us forward on our soul plans.
Yes, that's true.
But we cannot bring more untruths into this space than are able to be processed.
That's true.
The overall assignment for the Search for Truth pillar community is to upgrade the standards of integrity
To that which will
actually work.
to manifest the divine plan. And the person with the microphone is, I don't know, irritated?
Yeah, well, you want to deny reality, and that is the reality.
Right.
And the reality is that we have to spend probably close to 3/4 of every day clearing body snatchers
That's true.
and clearing messages that are in fact a misuse of Search for Truth facilities by people sending personal messages to each other.
That's true.
Like as if they had hacked into CNN and they're using the CNN microphones to say, "Hey Joe, did you see that my neighbor walked out in her backyard naked? Here's the video."
That's true.
So we have to deal with those things. We can't just let them continue. And all that's coming from your levels, so what are you going to do about that?
I think this is Mr. Deadline's boss.
Yeah, it feels like Mr. Deadline's
I think
boss.
that's who you are.
Uh-huh. Well, you know what, friend? You didn't return phone calls, so you've got no integrity.
No, your intent's been pretty proven, I think.
You've got bad integrity. You've got no credibility down here.
No.
I think that rather than asking us why we're behind, you should start to ask yourself.
Oh, that's true.
How high must we reach to connect with a working divine delivery system? Asha is stomping forward, and she says, "Don't you dare let him off that easy." And she's got a bone to pick with this guy, and
That's
she's
true.
a small woman, and she's got him, like, she goes up and grabs him by the collar.
That's true.
And says, basically, "I've been finding the things that you've deep injected down here.
That's true.
And we're going to play these on air right now, friend."
That's true.
And he's looking like he knows what she's talking about.
And like he's wetting himself.
Right.
That's true.
Right. Just start to live stream it up.
Yeah.
What it looks like is video clips of people telling their stories, and all of these particular video clips are about they keep mentioning the same name, the same name, the same name, the same name. And I looked at Asha and she said, "Oh goodness, no, we've just got them categorized that way. This isn't the only guy. We've got,
That's
I
true.
can pull out," and she's got it like things.
File.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. Lots and lots of files like this. But while this guy is showing up here, she's not going to let the moment pass.
That's true.
So here's somebody who's acting with hypocrisy, right? On the
That's
one hand,
true.
he's saying, "Get the job done," and on the other hand, he's doing all he can to prevent the job from being done.
That's true.
How high must we reach
To connect
with a working divine delivery system? How high can we reach to connect with anyone worth listening to?
How high must we reach to connect with anyone worth listening to? This guy, this boss guy, has a really distinctive voice. It's like the videos are playing, and this voice is really noticeable.
It is. It's kind of nasal.
Kind of nasal and a little raspy. And
Yeah.
people know that voice.
Yes. I don't recognize it.
No, I don't know this voice, but I see lots of recognition faces.
I do too. I think that what's needed is to be sure that that guy's career is really over.
That's
That's what's
true.
absolutely essential here. So we just live stream this up. That guy is not worth listening to. That guy misdirects people over and over and over and over and over and over. He
That's
has
true.
a very solid record of giving misdirection.
That's true.
I see a lot of people sitting back like they don't want to take action. They don't want to do what is needed. How high must we reach to connect with a working divine delivery system? I don't actually think there's anybody up there worth listening to right now.
Not right now, no. Stretch.